There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Carl Safe Sacks Ferris. We used to hear him down on the Fremont Street Experience back when they had talented buskers down there. Carl, we miss you, and thank you for letting me use your music. Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Anthony. This is Mondays with Mark. This is officially the second Mondays with Mark podcast. All right. For those of you that are watching the video, first of all, this is the F1 track. I am going to do updates on this once the destruction starts to show you how they're setting up and creating chaos, as if Vegas needs any more reason to tell the tourists to stay home. Okay. The smoke you're seeing is from the Southern California wildfires. That happen every single year. All of that smoke gets sucked into the valley here. I don't think this is the same smoke from the fires up at the Grand Canyon, but we'll get into that here in a couple minutes. We're going to talk about the Grand Canyon fires. We're going to talk about the hard rock, and we're going to talk about F1 and the destruction of Vegas tourism because of F1. So anyway, all right. Grand Canyon. For those of you that don't understand, the Grand Canyon is 277 miles long. You have a north rim and you have a south rim. The national park is the south and the north rim. The north rim is 2,000 feet higher. It is more remote, takes a little longer to get to. Therefore, it's not popular, it's not busy, it's not developed. You have hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of wilderness up there in one small little village that basically was a historic inn, some cabins, and the support. Okay. Listening to these TikTok educated firefighters who, for whatever reason, think that this was a man-made screw up, get out of your mom's basement. Okay. First of all, these fires happen every year. We're not going to spend millions upon millions of dollars to watch over hundreds of thousands of acres of open wilderness. They do what are called control burns. They do this every single year. Once in a while, Mother Nature gets a little out of control. This year, a lightning bolt hit. Fire roared up over the July 4th weekend, and all hell broke loose. Okay. Back at the historic village, which basically just got totally annihilated by fire. The firefighters did what they could with the fire suppression. The problem was the water treatment plant blew up earlier, releasing chlorine and other poisonous gases in the air, which meant they had to back off a little bit. Would rather lose the inn and save some firefighters. They removed as much of the antiques as they could, a lot of the memories. However, just if you're wondering why the reaction to this was so visceral, is because there really is no adequate way to explain what it felt like to be there. I've been there several times. I've spent nights up there. I took my wife up there 2016 for her birthday. It's magical because you are disconnected from the rest of the world. There's no cell phones, there's no highways going by, there's no resorts. It's just you, this gorgeous inn, great service with some absolutely amazing views, clean air. You're at 8,000 feet above sea level. To sit out on that back patio and watch the sun sun go down or even the sun go up is just it's breathtaking to sit there and watch the sun go down and then the sky light up with more stars than you have ever seen in your life. And sometimes wildlife will, the deer and the elk will wander up. Okay, it's just it's so to know that that's gone, that little piece of heaven is gone. Just it's painful. It really is painful. So, video right now is showing the Hard Rock, how that's coming along. For those of you that watched my previous video, I will stand by my words. Once the novelty is worn off on the Hard Rock, give it a year, 18 months, they're going to start having issues. Well, they already have issues, but they are not going to be able to continue their, okay, it's just what I'm trying to say here is once that novelty wears off, people are going to start to expect something more than what they're getting. I know, a lot of you are going, but it's gorgeous. People are going to want to go there and stay there and blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at the one in Florida. Yeah, look at the one in Florida. Okay. It's 33 stories. It's in the middle of nowhere. It is the tallest structure for miles around. Of course, it's going to be an absolute gorgeous place. Here, it's right in the middle of some of the most beautiful, largest resorts on Earth. And it's going to become an eyesore. And people are going to start complaining. Once that novelty wears off, okay, they might think that they are in the same level as the Bellagio or the Venetian or even Planet Hollywood. But if they keep doing the screw ups that they've done so far, it's going to become Circus 2.0. Okay, some of the rumblings that we've been hearing, there's some rumblings out there saying that management screwed up by shutting it all down. The original plan was to keep it open and just remodel as you went along, but somewhere along the line, someone said, let's just shut it down. Okay. Hopefully the Seminole Indians, the folks who own the Hard Rock brand, have the money to continue to throw at this project. Because they got all this money going out and they have nothing coming in. The earliest this is going to open up is late 2027. I'm betting, late 2027, early 2028. Okay. I'm going to bet it's going to be early 2028. Okay. And, come 2029, it's going to be Circus 2.0. People are going to want that strip view room and they're going to want to see the strip. Okay. They don't, from the main towers, they're not going to want to look into another hotel tower, no matter how beautiful it is, and then look across and there is the Venetian. All right. So, all right. I can go on for hours on that one, but I want to wrap this up here because we're getting on 10 minutes now. Okay. I like to keep these short. F1. Wow. What a disaster. This is August, so this is when the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority starts on there. How can we destroy Vegas tourism even more than it already is? The campaign, otherwise known as the F1 setup. Okay, it's August. They're going to start to this thing up. They're going to start to build the VIP areas. They're going to start to shut off traffic. They're going to narrow traffic. This is when I tell people, do not come to Vegas for the next 3 months. Do not come to Vegas because you're not going to like it. All right. They're going to block off your view of the Bellagio. They're going to from Treasure Island down to Cosmo. That entire sidewalk is going to be closed because they have to build these VIP seating areas. Okay. Yes, you're going to be able to see the Bellagio, but you're going to have to crank your head and look at it from the side. What tourism we have, if you're walking down the strip, you're going to be shoved over to one side of the strip because they have to have the other side to set up for all these rich folks that are probably not going to show up anymore. All right. This gets my blood boiling because this is the third year of a 3-year deal. They haven't signed on for a 10-year deal. They're now going year by year. All right. The first year, the economic benefit was $1.3 billion. Last year, let me back up. They said the first year, the economic benefit to Vegas tourism was $1.3 billion. And they told us that within the first week after it wrapped up. Maybe at the end of maybe 10 days. Steve Hill, the CEO of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, came out and said, this is a huge success, $1.3 billion economic benefit. Yay. Okay. Last year, when it was all said and done, they came out and they went, $250 million economic benefit. What a successful race this was. Going from 1.3 billion to 250 million, that's not a success, Steve. It really isn't, okay? And then to make matters worse, as they got into the contract negotiations for a 4th year and a 5th year, they came out and said, well, we had to revise our numbers from year number 2. Year number 2 is actually better than we first reported. The economic benefit, this is 6 months later. The economic benefit was $800 million. Really? You told us it was $1.3 billion within 2 weeks of the end of the first race. The second year, it took you 8 months to come up with a new number? Not going to work, Steve. You can cook the books any way you want. This is not a winning idea. You destroy the strip from August until January. You mess it up for the National Finals Rodeo, and you straighten it up just in time for the Consumer Electronics Show. For one race. No more F1. I'm so tired of the people who have to work on the strip, the people who have to navigate it, hate it. We don't want it. The tourists don't want it. No more. No other city in America wants this race. So let's just kill it, okay? There it is, folks. That's it. I'm out of here. I've got to wrap this up. I am Mark Anthony. I am the Vegas Tourist. This is the Mondays with Mark. I'm going to have all of the links in the show notes down below. Leave me your comments, your questions, your thoughts. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out the newsletter and all about that wonderful stuff. And I will be back with another Mondays with Mark next week. All right. Until then, Carl Safe Jr., take us away.
getting dark.